like something super neutral, be like, who's better looking? And he'll be like, yo, man, disrespect, bro.
I don't think it was that neutral. As a neutral party, watching that interaction.
Hold on. What did I say, though? What did I say? So what did I say between?
That was basically correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then he started being like, and then he
just said, "Do me a favor."
Yeah.
To be fair,
yeah.
he was like, "Just do me a favor." Don't. And then
No. But the way he does it is because he's a favor. Like the way I read that is like, yo, do me a favor. Don't talk about my girl like that.
Isn't that on you more than him?
It could be. But
Right?
then he started telling me, I'm like, yo, what's disrespect? Blah, blah, blah. And then he's, pull up the receipts, please.
Sure.
Because I was like, yo, what's this? And then he started telling me about my mom. He's like, I'm like, bro, this bitch is not your mom, bro. The difference is that your mom has done unconditional things to you that I would, like, you guys joke about each other's mothers. I've never done that. I've never I even tell you guys, I was like, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I remember telling you guys, like, hey.
No, yeah, you have.
About your moms?
Yeah.
What did I say?
No, that's exactly what you said. You're like, don't do it.
Yeah, I was like, don't talk about your families.
Yeah,
just don't. It's bad.
The thing is, like, we would never do it with you because, like, we know you wouldn't be able to understand, like, how we're doing this.
No. However you guys do it, that's your choice. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, don't do it to me.
No, of
However,
course. And we'll respect that just because
that's fine.
Like.
And I will respect him,
yeah.
but I'm trying to make a point here is that your mom is in no comparison,
No.
shape or form, like a girl that you met and fucked for, let's say, 2 years. It's not even comparable.
I don't think that's what he was trying to do. I think he was trying to get you to understand. He was bringing up an example that you could relate to. Because if he said, oh, it's like X girl, you wouldn't be able to be like, first of all, I don't care about any girls, so what the fuck? So he can't bring up an example of another girl because you don't give a fuck about any girls right now. So what's the point of bringing that up? So you had to bring up someone that you actually give a shit about that's female.
And I didn't even say that I was gonna fuck.
No.
Girl.
I mean, yeah.
All I said was, who would you rather fuck? And he brought up my mom. So if you're gonna talk about disrespect, and then I went friendly along with it. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure if, like, you know, my mom would probably fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? She's 65.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's got some weight on you.
Yeah.
Right? So I think how I went about it is like, I don't think it was that bad. I just gave a little bit of pushback because I don't think that that's the same. Now, if that's the same to him, my fucking condolences, bro. Because I don't think that's the fucking same, bro. Talking about some girl you've been dating for a year or two, I get it. She sucked your dick. It was great. You love her. You connect emotionally. Whatever. Okay? It's not the same as a fucking mother. It's like
that's the thing. Unfortunately, with you, there is no equivalent example. You don't.
Okay, let me tell you something.
That's the problem.
If I told, he wouldn't say, "Don't talk about my girl," blah blah blah. Because you know when we went to play ping pong, I was way more savage about his girl.
Right.
He puts her in her place. Like he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh
yeah.
yeah, I'll go buy her ice cream," and like, fuck it.
Sure.
You know, she's emotional. She's a female. Like whatever, right?
Yeah.
Difference. It's not like that, bro. This guy, low key, like, he's a hopeless romantic, and like, you know, when we were talking about that hopeless romantic thing, you're number one, but like Dr. Evil is a closet hopeless romantic.
Like a number two.
Like no, not a close to, but he's up there. Like he's significantly removed from me in that field.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would say so.
Cause I don't, bro. Like disrespect all the girls I've dated. Like I give a fuck. Fuck them anyway. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not as significant anything. Like I don't take it emotional. Even like if you started. Let's say you got pissed off at me one day, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, fuck the podcast, fuck your last name, fuck your mother.
I'm taking everything.
You know, you guys are all fucking terrorist fucking goofbags.
Sure.
I'd just be like, okay. Like, I'm not going to beat you up because of that. You know why? Because I know you for like 10 years, and I'm going to be like, well, I think he's having a bad day.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I give you the benefit of the doubt. But this guy, man, he's emotional. So you can see that because he's emotional, he's emotionally attached.
Mm-hmm.
So all that shit he was saying, like, I don't really like her, blah, blah, blah. Bull fucking shit, bro. I guarantee you, doggy, they were texting the whole time. Like, the image I have of this now is fucking hilarious. Because it's like, I know this guy is fucking in love. And it's just like, bro, what's wrong with that? Just say it. You know? Don't act like you don't give a fuck and showing us texts about this chick being like, yeah, I'm a rebel, blah, 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 blah. And then be like, yo, don't be talking about her. Like, play in your lane, wherever that is.
Sure.
I can get used to that lane. But don't come back and forth like some fucking girl on her period, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, sure.
Anyways, let's switch up the topics to something less personal.
Give me a fucking car, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to.
I'll do one for you, do one for me, and I'll, if you want, because 2022 is fucked up, I'll bump it up to 10 G's. 10 G's, you could, yeah. Okay.
Let's switch up the topics to something less personal.
Give me a fucking car, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to.
I'll do one for you, do one for me, and I'll, if you want, because 2022 is fucked up, I'll bump it up to 10 G's. 10 G's, you could, yeah. Okay, the conditions are, you need to be able to.
You gotta give me. Okay, hold on. Before you say this, you gotta give me. It's too broad. You gotta give me like a type of car that you would want.
I'm giving you a bit more here.
Sure.
I'll try and narrow it down for you. So, if you could spend 10 grand on a project car, conditions are the car needs to be running when you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't like tow it back to your, like, it has to be running. Mm-hmm. And it has to be something that you want to work on. Not something crazy, like no engine swaps or like some crazy fucking...
What's the biggest, vastest, or
just
like the most challenging thing you're going to do?
Engine-wise, just bolt-ons. And then outside of that, if you want to do some body work, that's fine. You want to redo the front ends, redo tie rod ends. Fucking.
Well, technically, like changing cylinders and like gas input would be...
Cylinders?
Yes, would be bolt-on action.
That's not a bolt... You mean pistons? Or cylinders?
No. I'm talking my bad. Pistons.
That's not a bolt-on.
But it's
guys don't.
gasket.
Yeah, but guys don't consider like bolt. That's not considered a bolt-on, right?
No. But what I'm saying
bolt-on.
But when I say bolt-on is like this. This is when you tell me now. You could define it how you like.
Sure.
You want to take that?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I know. What it is.
What I'm saying is like you're not dragging something that's over 50 pounds from the engine mechanically out and putting something 50 pounds in. Yeah. That's what I would think would be a bolt-on.
Well, the reasons that I say bolt-on, like that's not a term that I came up with. It's a term that guys use. Right?
Yeah, it's a
like,
general
yeah, exactly.
term.
Bolt. It's like, so when people talk about like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 upgrades, it's because eventually it gets more involved. It's like you change out the pistons. Now you might have to look at cams and like valves and all that. Like we're just talking about like a bolt-on to be like cold air intakes, valve covers, fucking just like basic shit where you don't have to like fuck with it too much.
What about alternator?
Sure, yeah. That's a bolt-on. Can be good.
Okay.
Yeah. So 10 G's. What do you buy?
I'm smoking some weird weed.
That's okay. What do you buy?
Now you got to tell me like what country of car. Like, am I going rice or
that's
am
the thing,
I going German?
I don't know what you prefer, right?
No. You tell me what you would prefer. I would kind of want to give this as an advice, not my opinion, because that doesn't really interest me as far as opinion. Because I could go either way. Like it's so many.
Do you not prefer one over the other?
I mean, this is the thing. Like, Jap cars, generally easy to work on. American cars, generally easy to work on.
Yeah.
Parts, both are pretty cheap. Americans, even more cheap. Quality of those cars, American sucks. You know, unless you're going to get something like, 89 and older, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be ass. Now, anything German is also going to be very difficult to work on.
Yes.
But also very... rewarding in a way. Like imagine it like this. What's the end project? You come out with some Buick, you come out with some fucking I guess Accord or whatever the fuck Jap car you want.
Yeah.
We're talking $10,000 range, so you're not going to get the nice Japs, you're not going to get the GTRs, you're not going to
no, you're not.
So you're limited by what you could buy for 10. So or are you going to go get some like 72 fucking biodiesel Mercedes, because you could get that for 10 G's, right? You could get a piece of shit still running with 370k biodiesel Mercedes C 380 from like back in the day that has a V8 but only produces like 200 horsepower.
Yeah, right.
You could get that, but what I'm saying is like you'd have to decide of like what you would want. Me personally, probably go with the Mercedes because it's harder.
Okay, I like that.
Right? It's harder. It's classier. I'm at an age where I'm turning into a man. My desires as a boy is no longer there. Like certain things I notice, like clubbing socially. I'm very different now.
Yeah.
I'm very much more reserved in certain contexts, and in certain contexts I'm much more outgoing. So like a car like that would be speaking to me more than some loud ass fucking Dukes of Hazzard, fat ass rear tire.
Sure.
Drag car. Also, Jap cars are boring. In a way, because they only with that kind of budget, you're limited to horsepower, a certain horsepower. So none of these cars you're getting like premium horsepower from. So it's not like a speed thing that you're gonna run into. It's like what kind of style you like. Me personally, man, I go with that like Carleone fucking Mercedes, bro.
Yeah, but this is a project car, not a daily car.
No,
You
I
can
know.
spend money on having a nice daily car, so you have that experience, right? The reason I came up with this recently in my head was because I now have a nice truck, so that's obviously now my daily, and I have this like piece of crap Hyundai that I'm just having fun with. Where if I wanted to decide to like, hey, Dad, let's change out the brakes and like change out the suspension, just have some fun here, because it's fucking cheap as shit. Like brakes are like $30-$40.
Okay,
for
so
the road.
I'll
You know
tell
what I
you.
mean?
How about this? I'll tell you the best upgrade you can get for that car. That's gonna be the most fun. Is it rear wheel drive or front?
Front.
Okay.
Come on.
Still.
Although what I am thinking of, do you know the old Genesis coupes?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of picking one of those up.
The 3.7.
No, the 2.0s. I heard those are more reliable.
No.
The
don't.
3.6s are I heard are like problems.
First of all, it's 3.7.
It's 6.
7.
Whoa,
You want?
we got some money on the line.
Yo, bet your stash.
Shut the fuck up. I
Bet
don't
your
I don't
stash,
bet that.
bitch.
I wouldn't bet that for anything.
Oh man, you'd lose it. You would lose it. Just be nose, a thin upper lip, and then just teeth, son.
Okay.
Up,
so we
down.
got 2.0, 3.8. We're both wrong.
You should have bet the stash, man.
Well, you would have lost 2. What the fuck?
It's fun to risk, man. What are we here for,
When I
man?
was
We're
thinking
here.
the Tiburon was a 3.6. Because
I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about, but anyway, that's it.
guys talk about the Tiburon. Like you can do a direct drop-in engine swap with the Elantra. I wouldn't want to do that because I'm like, what the fuck?
Why would you spend money on an
Why?
Elantra?
Why, right?
But yeah, 3.8. I'll go with the 3.8, man. The 2.0, it's like, listen, bro. This is what I'm saying. A project car that you're not basing it on kilometers and gas. Go with the bigger engine because technically all those issues generally don't apply to you if you're not running this car to the ground.
Yeah,
Realistically,
true.
So you don't have the same output with this same car that these people are saying. Okay, this is as a daily shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything as
I mean,
a project
I'm not
car.
ruling it out. But,
yeah,
but
anything as a project car is generally going to age much better than anything as a daily.
Yeah.
So certain things don't apply. But again, yeah, it's good to do your homework and like find out what car is reliable, right? The fucking common sense. That's a good car. I would also say if you're looking at something like a coupe like that, I would say like look at like G35s, G37s.
That's not bad.
Because they're actually inside, outside, pretty futuristic for their time. Where if you saw them right now in a lineup and a guy was working on it, it would still be up there with any other car right now.
There was I also kind of got this idea because Donut Media did something very similar. They were like, it's a video like best cars you can get right now, used under 10 Gs. Something like
I'll
that.
give you a better fucking
They
donut.
had a lineup, and one of them was in the Infinity. I think it was the G37s they put out.
Staying on with donut, bro. High low. They have a
so
high
cool.
low.
I've watched
Literally
all those.
high low would
Yeah.
be a version of what you'd want.
Yeah, basically.
Based on what your budget is.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. I mean, even that fucking
That's the same. The
Infinity.
fucking no, that was a 350, I think.
350Z.
Yeah.
So that's a good example. It's pretty close to the Infinity. It's like same family line, right? An Infinity, fucking Nissan, same thing.
It's cool to see these like series on YouTube about guys trying to do this stuff on a low budget. Just see like what you can get out of the car for a low budget, and then if you want, sure, keep it going, and then all.
Are you on any of these forums?
I've like browsed a few just out of curiosity, but I'm not on.
There's
any
a couple
forums.
main forums that I'm on.
Yeah.
And word on the street on the forums is that shit doesn't actually cost like 30 and 10 or whatever the fuck they're saying.
What do you mean? Oh, like the high low stuff?
Yeah, they're
you
saying
mean?
they're way over. Well, the
'Cause
low
labor-
is
because they
not-
only
not
include
the labor.
parts.
No, even the parts. Because some of their parts, like they put on like Brembo brakes and
I
stuff.
feel like guys in the comments would call them out if that was the case, because
Bro.
that's such an easy Google. Because if they say we're buying these suspension parts, and guys were like, all right, let's see how much it is. If it was like really, really different, they'd be like, yo, what the fuck? You clearly it's actually 20. You guys are calling it 10.
Aside from that, there's also portions where like they had a guy come in.
Oh yeah,
that does fucking
alignment
tuning, bro.
Yeah, tuning.
Those guys
yeah.
cost tens of thousands of dollars to come in for 2 cars, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's how those guys work. Like I know those guys. Those guys are premium mechanics. That's what they are.
We don't have low end tuners here though, which was kind of weird. Like we don't have a big market for that kind of stuff. Like in the States,
Richmond's full of them.
Yeah, but that's it. It's just Richmond. So my point is, in some parts of the states,
You can't come. They have
that
10
I know
times,
that
yeah.
that's the thing. Like for guys who are out of like there's another channel called Gears and Gasoline.
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
too,
they're cool.
They're good.
I watch their videos every week. They actually just put out one where they're doing they're competing right now in grid life. So they're doing these like class time attack, like that's what they're doing. They have like I think it's like eight races a year, but they're out of Connecticut, I think. And in Connecticut, there's so much around you because New York is really close, West Virginia is super close. It's all like you have so many options around you because it's not just your state. Every state that's touching you has options for this kind of stuff.
That's awesome, yeah.
Which makes that's why we don't really have if you think about it, not much for racing in BC. A lot of guys who race will go do like the Washington, Portland ones.
There's not a lot of
ones.
racing legitimately. There's a lot of ear to ear stuff.
Yeah, but what I mean, I say that because we don't have tracks here, right? Think about it. You got Mission, and you got the Island and Penticton, I think. And that's it.
You're talking,
that's
but
far.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying you. First of all, you can't compare us to the States at all.
Of course I can.
The connections are, they have 10 times the population. They're an older country, and they have obviously much more. Like they have multiple. I think like 3 or 4-fold multiple metropolitan cities that we don't even have. You know what I mean? As far as like distributing like parts, like communities, racing tracks, all that stuff. Obviously, you'd want, if you're looking at it nationally, you'd want every city to have like a racetrack, right? That'd be like a milestone for a city for the size, right? You'd be like, okay, this city's so big, it has a racetrack that it's open to the public, right? So, I don't know. I wouldn't compare them, but again, here the thing is like, I think the places where you go that are cheaper real estate, people are much more invested into this. Like I saw this in Mississauga a lot when I was visiting some like family friends there.
Yeah,
I saw that there's a lot more of that. Where like here, it's like if you're on the forums, they'll put out events, but you'll go there and like cops show up and you're running. You know what I mean? It's like suspect stuff. So it's not like the most.
You could do that, but I'm talking about like legit stuff.
Yeah. Legit stuff, no.
Because as you get older,
community's small.
As you get older, like the non-legit stuff just gets tiring. You're like, bro, like I got family, and you just don't want to like participate and do this kind of stuff. But you're like, bro, if fucking got to be worried about cops here and there. I'm like, people are just gonna not want to go because they're like, this is just I'm not 18, 19, 20 anymore. It was fun back then, but now it's like not as fun. So you see guys like kind of like exit the scene when that kind of stuff happens.
I'd probably go with. Knowing you, I'll go with a Jap, and it'd probably last me long enough to give it to my kid. If you work on it properly, probably last you long enough to give it to your kid. Yeah. But if you're gonna go a little bit more expensive, right? I get a Datsun. Just Google up Datsun.
I know. Okay, you know what's crazy? Funny story here. One of my customers that I just visited, I guess 2 weeks ago. This guy, he's a fucking boss. He fucking going through chemo and still doing like all this shit. It's crazy because like there was an order that I was gonna drop off to like customer site, and I called him. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna drop. He's like, oh hey, do you mind popping by my house like instead? I live in Langley. Here's the address. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And when I show up, I was like gonna shake his hand. He's like, hold on, just fist pump. I'm like, he's like I don't give too much of a shit about that, but he's like, I'm going through chemo right now and I don't want to like what. I'm like, you what? He's like, yeah, I got cancer, but you know, it's no big deal, whatever. I'm like, okay, man. And then we started talking for a bit. He's got a double high garage outside there, and then I spotted he's got like a, you know, an Indian bikes.
Yeah.
He's got a like mint like Indian Scout, like just on a carpet even. It's like
I don't know the specialty of Indian Scouts.
Super expensive.
Is that like a Roadmaster, like a Honda Roadmaster, Road King, where it's like a lot of packaging, a lot of like side and
his
lot of that.
He took some of that stuff out, so it's a bit sleeker. But that's the idea with
I hate
Indian
those
bikes.
big ass fucking Road
Yeah,
Kings.
But the point is that they're
I get they're
primo.
expensive. Yeah,
they're primo, right?
Yeah, for bikes. Yeah,
and right beside white
Datsun.
crisp Datsun, his wife's.
Now is that black hood or no?
No. All white. Even like he popped everything. Like he was showing me all the stuff.
That thing would look beautiful with a carbon fiber black.
He
hood.
just replaced the carbs on it, so they're like mint in the air boxes too. Just there's like shiny as fuck. But he was like talking about it. I'm like, God damn, man. He's like, yeah. He was like, when I first started seeing my wife when she was my girlfriend, that I kind of got the idea to buy this off because we were driving somewhere up Penticton, and then saw this on the side of the road, and went up to the guy and like, hey, how much for the car?
No, they
And he
look
picked
sick.
it up. So it's fucking
Old Datsuns
Yeah.
and old Porsches. Like
Oh, yeah.
like the Porsches that look like Datsuns.
Yes, the one
You
with
know?
like the duckbill in the back where it's like that. Yeah,
Extra long hood.
Yes. Yeah.
You put some wide body kit on that.
There's
A little nice little engine block. You do like a little swap with like a LS or
people
something.
swap Porsches.
Oh, bro, you can't get like, okay, this is the
I
thing
don't
with Porsches. True fanatics don't.
Yeah, that's what
right?
I thought. Yeah.
True fanatics make it look original.
Yes.
There's a step below that is like
Guys
fanatics
who like it, but
fanatics that like
fuck with it.
modifications. So you'll see them with like a Datsun, but it'll be like wide stance, wide body kit.
Yeah.
That's my shit. Like I like that. If I was gonna spend money on something like this, I would want like wide body kit, wide stance, wide wheels. Like I'm not really basing this to look the original Porsche. I'm basing this to be the original car with modifications.
I got you. What about Gen 1 RX-7?
Yeah, but I just don't like I don't like rotary, man. That shit doesn't sound good to me. It sounds like a F1 car a little bit.
Swap it, bro.
That'd be the thing. But like, I'm not really fond of the RX body type anyway.
The first gen?
Even the first, or even like every single gen. I've never been like a RX fan. Dude, Mazda does anything Mazda makes. Unless it's like a F1 car, it doesn't do anything for me. I know what it looks like.
No, ew, gross. Like Gen 2, I think. It's the one that Han drives in fucking when he's in Tokyo.
That's 3. Yeah.
Yeah, this one I think.
Dude, don't tell me about.
Because what's Gen 4? That's the model one, right?
That's the ugly one.
Yeah. Yeah, Gen 3.
It's Gen 3, and he has like a weird body.
Yeah,
kit
yeah.
on it.
It's got the because
Just go Han fucking RX-7.
There was a guy. Hold on.
No, don't YouTube it. Google it.
Stages of swaps. Here we go. There's a guy at the very end here. The thing is, this is muted.
No, I know.
Oh, you haven't seen this?
He works with them.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah.
That Brazilian cat.
I just want to see it again. Yeah, I think it's this one actually.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Looks sick. But this guy like fucking. He's like, this was like level whatever. It's like as far as it gets in terms of like swaps. He's like, this is like the
Yeah,
craziest
but
one.
you're looking at like $100,000 bill, bro.
Easy, bro. This is not.
You know,
It's cool. It's cool to appreciate, but
if not more, 100,000 is like
yeah, man.
not that much. When you start doing like big things, it's
Yeah.
like not that much, dude. Just fright on certain things is like $1,000, $2,000.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know, you think you're gonna find an engine swap in town? Most of the time, bro, that
Dude,
shit's
engine swap here would be. I can't even imagine how expensive that'd be. 'Cause
most
that's
of
like a
dude.
product.
You know, like most of those the hardware parts, stuff like that, Brampton, Ontario.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's going to Brampton, why it's not going to Toronto, but it's like, bro, anytime, even for my work, like anytime I call, back order Brampton. Just Brampton, like 3 different fucking wholesalers.
That's
Brampton.
funny.
I don't know what the fuck's going on in Brampton, but
I know. Yeah, Ontario's big. One of our because we distribute for Bosch. They have their warehouse in Ontario. I'm trying to remember where it's not Brampton.
all right, let's switch it up to what were we gonna say with that chick with the big old tits? That's a dude.
Oh my god! But yeah, you didn't want to get into this, bro.
Fuck it.
You didn't
bro.
want to get into it. You're like,
Fuck
I
it.
don't want to be all negative.
Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Just give me a quick 10-second breakdown of what we're talking about for the audience.
Okay.
All right, that's the clap I'm gonna use.
In Ontario, at a public high school, there were some students who decided to secretly film their shop class instructor. Now, their shop class instructor is a transgender woman who decided to start wearing enormously large prosthetic breasts. Not just enormously large prosthetic breasts, but no bra, so like nipples are sticking out, a couple of guns, and very not shop appropriate clothing in general. Talking like
Right.
booty shorts, like biker shorts kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what's been happening. So this has been huge online because it's, debate of how is this being allowed, blah, blah, blah. And then at one point, the Ontario School Board's like, listen, we're not even allowed to discuss this because that goes against their rights, et cetera, et cetera. And some people are like, how could this be? If this was a woman doing all this stuff, you guys would tell them immediately to
fuck a woman if it's a man.
No, a woman, right? Because if a woman
dick piece, just tight
yeah,
dick
no,
piece.
but like if a woman was showing up like that, like an instructor, if a woman instructor was showing up to class like that, she'd be told like, hey, you gotta like, because schools they have dress codes,
or that she'd be getting gangbanged, bro.
You can't
one
just
or
be,
the other.
Okay, let's take it easy here, man. Come on.
Yo, think about it though. Grade 9.
No, man. What
grade
the
9.
Fuck's
you
wrong
got
with
a
you,
dime
man?
38
keep
year
it
old
on topic here, man. First of all, that doesn't happen. All right. So, God damn it. Keep your fantasies at bay, please, please. There's everything was going wrong with this outfit. Like fucking,
right. I've seen it.
You can't be instructing on how to use a lathe when your fucking hair is like everywhere and like, there's safety issues, dress code issues that if you were a naturally born woman, you would instantly be getting slapped with, hey, fucking watch how you're dressing in front of kids kind of stuff. But because it's a transgender woman, it's not applying. So that's the whole debate.
Now, before I give my opinion, I have a question. Are those tits she got, are those fake? Like, are they just
like you put them on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is fucking ridiculous. Okay?
This is on so many levels, man.
I'm not a big fan of discrimination against anybody, but there's a reason certain countries are more efficient in this case. Stoning, right?
Yeah.
Right? That happens a lot, right? For even less than this.
Yes.
Right? You hear a girl fuck 15 dudes and took their money, that girl's getting stoned, bro. That's the way it goes. And if you have a guy that's like fucking all these fucking wives of different guys, he's fucking getting a strap on in his ass and then he's getting stoned. So certain contexts of stoning, I agree with. Now with this, it's like, do I want my 15-year-old kid to fucking just see these fake old fucking balloons all day with nipple caps? I don't know, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, of course not. Of course not, right?
I think we're getting to that point that we've talked about before, you and I, on this podcast, and even with other people here, of we're getting too far to one side here, right?
Way too much.
Like, we were far on the other side for so long that now that we're shifting towards the other side, we're just letting it go, right? We should have probably stopped somewhere in the middle and be like, okay, listen, we're not going to deny you job opportunities. We're not going to deny you any opportunities that anybody gets based on what you choose to do. That's fine.
But take your dildos out of my face,
man.
Yeah,
but we can't be making passes for questionable activity that we would be punishing other people for.
And in the name of like LGBTQ
That's the
rights.
thing.
It's like this is not about rights. This is about like appropriate at workplace for everybody, for kids.
We can't be giving you extra passes just because you decide to be a certain way. That's exactly how we got to this problem in the fucking first place.
You got to be professional in the streets.
We were giving regular people rights over people who decided to, over minorities. Yeah. And that's how we got to this place. We're just fucking doing the same shit again, but we're flipping it.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
No.
So
this is ridiculous.
I'm glad that there's people that have been like, yo, this is fucking too much. Yeah. Parents are obviously up in north, and I think the school board is now even, in fact, considering
it's going to the Supreme Court,
changing their position on what, because at first they're like, oh, according to the Charter of Rights, it's not even we can't even talk about this. It's it's like, okay, first of all, let's fucking take it easy.
Fuck the Charter of Rights.
Yeah. So I think it's being looked at again, which I hope it does, because this is, I mean, if the whole point of the teacher was to cause a stir and congratulations, you accomplished.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, goddamn, everyone's talking about this shit right now. When I saw it, I thought it was a joke. When Sonny posted it in the chat, I thought it was just like I actually didn't pay attention to it. And then someone posted an article, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here, bro?
No, 100%. It's fucked up, bro. Because we're too soft and life is too good. Really, if you look at the baseline of why this is going on, is because life is too good here so that people don't have enough real issues. Like, I'm talking about like life or death. I'm not talking about like some bullshit finances you're not going to be having, takeout this month. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like real issues, like you're facing death.
It's time for another world war?
I'm saying it wouldn't fucking hurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it wouldn't fucking hurt.
I see where you're
Right?
going with this.
And as a guy, like, I think if I could go back to a time or go in the future to a time where I think I would resonate with the people of that time the most, it'd be like Kingdom of Heaven. I'd go back to that. I'd charge my men into a bunch of crusaders
over here.
And fucking slice their
You know
necks.
the issue there is like if you go to that time, you got to pick a side. Like, which god are you going to worship? Because you can't be one of those sides and be like, I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
Boom, stoned. Like, you know,
Listen.
you're dead.
Listen.
You're a heretic.
If I'm in like 13, what are we talking? 1345? What
The
is
Crusades were from like 900 to like 1400 BC, like around there.
Okay.
Kingdom of Heaven was like 1200.
All right. So let's say 1248, right?
Okay.
I just fucking shake Solomon's hand and just go, fucking what's good? And I'm in the hood, right?
Sure.
And then after that, you just fake it till you make it, man.
Okay, so you're going to have to say, Salam alaikum. You're going to have to do the whole thing, man.
Oh, bro.
The whole thing.
Yeah, dude, I did that for like 12 years,
Yeah,
bro.
I know, but you have to like actually pray 5 times a day because like what? You're gonna be the one guy standing up.
Listen, dog.
Everyone's going down and praying, and you're just the
Listen.
one guy like this, like
Listen, all I gotta say is a couple burpees aren't gonna hurt me. You know what I'm saying? A couple burpees aren't gonna hurt me, bro.
There you
I
go.
put my head down. I don't give a fuck. As long as I'm in a superintendent role in that corporation, I'm good,
dude.
man.
That's the
Fuck it.
tagline for this podcast.
Yeah.
Couple of burpees won't hurt me.
That's right.
There it is. Well,
Um,
I mean, shit, man. To be fair, what you're saying is not wrong. We, objectively speaking, are in, and some people might disagree, but if you disagree, do some fact checking because it's true. We are
go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that too. We are in the most peaceful, one of the most peaceful times in human history.
In Canada, at least.
No, in the world, because you have to consider everyone. Like we're talking like globally speaking. I'm not okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We are in one of the
One
most
of, yeah.
because like
Yeah, you don't have to explain that. I agree. One of
humans are used to fighting. Humans are very used to fighting all the time.
Fuck humans, just universe, man. There's opposites. You can't just have peace if there's no war.
Well, I
then
don't
there's
like universe
no
'cause,
peace.
like animals do it for different reasons. They're like, I want food, so
Yeah, but
I'm
there's-
gonna kill
there's-
you to get out of the way.
sure.
They don't organize like a battalion. Like fucking cougars don't get together. Like, all right, we're gonna invade the elephants.
Yes, but
they-
chimps do.
Do they?
Chimps, look it up,
You've been
Jamie.
Watching, you've been watching
Look it up,
You've been
Jamie.
watching some Planet of the Apes over here.
I've been
or
watching
what?
too much Rogan, man. And every time I see this guy, it's like chimp shit. Chimps
He loves chimps. Doesn't
chimps attack and plan to attack other
Actually, let's say
tribes
plan.
and rape them.
Planning shows some like next level shit.
Yeah, so
I'll check that up right now.
they
Hold on.
plan that
Chimps
shit
plan
and
attack.
and they attack them and they fucking rape them like little monkeys and shit too. They'll rape little monkeys and eat them. I thought chimps didn't eat fucking meat.
Oh, they're cannibals, bro.
Bro, they're omnivores, bro. They'll eat whatever.
Oh, that's fucked up. See this photo? Oh man, if we could post this, holy shit, dude, it's like a oh my god, it's like dismembered fucking
Little chimps, bro.
chimp.
Yeah, dog. What'd you think?
Oh damn, it had a name.
Yeah, bro.
Fuduku.
Harambe 2.0.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna read this for the viewers. The murder victim, a West African chimpanzee called Fuduku, had been beaten with rocks and sticks, stomped on, and then cannibalized by his own community.
This
Bro,
is news
if we-
11:30.
If we saw this,
Breaking news.
if this is a report and you replaced West African chimpanzee with like West
Persian on
African
Persian
resident,
violence.
anything, bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck? This would make like world news.
World news.
Are you
This
kidding
guy's
me?
a savage.
Seriously.
This guy's a savage.
Holy. This is just one of 9 known cases where a group of chimps has killed one of their own adult males as opposed to killing a member of a neighboring tribe.
Yeah, it's probably because they didn't agree.
It was a
He wasn't
tyrant,
performing.
apparently.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Okay, well, that's new.
Makes sense. So, as I said, like, this is my problem with just slightly going to this, and we can end off this.
Sure.
With these environmentalists, we're like, well, we could learn from animals. I'm like, bitch, if we learn from animals, you would definitely not like it. Because your position in the animal kingdom is
Yeah.
below me, and you're not gonna like how I even like the most profound fucking animals are compared to us are fucking animals regardless. That's why they're called that, and we are called fucking humans because we have a society where we believe in rules and regulations and shit. Bro, over there, man, you saw they took down their fucking leader, shot him down, fucked him up, and split him up. Like, that's
Yeah.
worse than like killing Saddam, bro. You know, you put a dildo up his ass. What happened to fucking Libya's guy?
Gaddafi.
Gaddafi. They put a dildo in his ass or something.
I didn't. When it was when it was
Oh
going down,
no.
I didn't get into it.
That's
too much,
what.
but
That's
it's
what
pretty
they.
fucked up.
This is what they did. They put a fucking shank up his ass.
Shut up.
Swear to God, I was reading FBI
I'm not
reports.
looking this up, but okay.
They put a fucking shank up this guy's ass while he was alive. Okay?
Jesus,
So
man.
what I'm saying is this is like you have to be realistic with your ideologies, people. Like you can't just pick some bullshit like ultimatum ideology and be like, no. Like that's what makes you silly. Like even feminism. If we go to feminism, right? The ideology at a medium like feminist ideology is something I could agree with. But when you go super left and you go insane and you're telling me how you hate men and that's okay, but if I say anything about you being in the kitchen, you're going to suddenly, have a fucking period. That's bullshit, bro. You got to have the same. It's common knowledge, like equal rights, equal left. You want to talk shit, right? You want to be a lesbian and you want to come at me like and punch me in the face, expect that you're going to get punched in the face. But if you're going to act polite, you're going to come up to me polite, I'm not going to be an animal and start spitting in your face or something. You know what I mean? Like if you give me respect, I'm going to give you respect.
Of course. Do you think there's a way for us to like temper that? And don't answer it now because we're going to put that on the next podcast.
That's right.
Do you think there's a way for us to measure or to like stop us from going so far one way or the other?
Yeah.
We'll discuss it in the next one.
For sure. We're out. Peace.